very quick run through of MemberVault tonight, and it is tonight because I'm going live. I was supposed to go live in my group tomorrow morning, but we've actually had 3 power cuts today. So what I thought I'd do is a quick Zoom recording, and I will play this and do it as a watch party. So I want to give you a very quick overview, but I'm just going to come into this first. This little green tab is the MemberVault little logo, and I have purchased this rachelbentley.online very cheaply, and I point it towards my Rachel Bentley online MemberVault account. So I just want to show you 2 sides of it really. First is, this is something I can give people and it's very quick. However, as you see here, you can actually personalize your MemberVault account. So I have just put rachelbentleyonline.vipmembervault.com. It's what they call grey labeling. So that acts a little bit like the landing page in a website, doesn't it? And that is one of the beauties. That's what I want to talk to you today, really. It's about the marketing capabilities of MemberVault. MemberVault was set up to run memberships and actually to host courses. So lovely couple, Mike and Erin, East Coast of America based, hugely involved in the development of this system, and it's done very much as a co-creator thing with the users, with people like you and me who can just get a free account and potentially go up to pro account later. But just let me sort of just start at the top and work my way down, and then I'll show you the back side of it, the back end of it. There's this little cool bit here. I hope you can see this. It's like a yellow little bit of a belt here. You can actually personalize that. Now I've chosen some colors that I'm using at the moment, and all you need to do is to kind of get the code of your color and be able to actually sort of make this your own, really. This is the thing. These days, everybody needs an online presence. If you have a website and you're really fantastic at keeping updated, maybe you've got the money to actually do that and make it really work for you, or you're quite techie and you're good at doing that, or your business has been around a little while, then there's still a reason why you might need one of these. It just might be that you use it in a slightly different way. What I want you to have a think about, though, is potentially, before you actually go all out on paying for things like a website or a course sort of platform like perhaps Thinkific, there's a part of me that says you need to actually try things out. And I think those who are in my world know that I'm about launching things good enough, trying them out and making them work for you. Hence, this is actually headed up as the Launch and Learn Academy, because that's what I'm kind of doing with rachelbentley.online. This is where I'm going to be hosting my main course with the group program that I'm launching really this week. This is what's forced me down the decision-making line, because I've helped 200 people through free training in April and in July, and there's been an amazing sense of community with it and also learning. And I introduced the idea about having a group course for a limited number of people to help them with their marketing, to find out what they need to do. And I've basically wanted to host a course, content that we would actually develop between us, but based on my own program, which I've developed already, but also to externally to this have a Facebook group as well. That's the beauty of this. It's very, very flexible for courses. I've been playing around with it for quite a long time, so I just want to show you the back, the behind the scenes bit here. So I'm just going to go up to my admin side of it. So I would come into to this, and it would look kind of a bit cold and a bit, I don't really know what I'm doing here. This is where you kind of get in here, and with this dashboard down the side here. Now, if you've done some web development, you probably recognize it's been quite similar to maybe something like WordPress dashboard here. But if you're coming at this really, really cold, it's a bit, oh gosh, I don't really know what I'm doing. So I was just going to quickly show you a couple of bits behind here just to help you out and maybe give you a feel for having a go at this. there's an affiliate link to join MemberVault in the post. Affiliate links are great because they don't cost you anything, but the provider, if in the future you decide to upgrade from sort of the basic free forever plan, you would pay some money, but not before you've tested this out, made it run, and made it make some money for you. What the producers of this, I will call it app, would do is they would give me a cut of that future payment that you would make, and you would not have to pay anything extra. So I would always recommend people, where there is an opportunity to get an affiliate link, do it. And you know, if you like what you're talking about anyway, there's no selling involved. But you know, another thing that you have to think about when you're doing marketing, really. So what do I think about this as a marketing tool? Okay, well, I'll tell you what I think about it. I think it's dead easy to set up. I've used Canva to create myself things like little logos. That is actually a logo in there. It's matched to the background because I can do things like that. You don't have to do that. You can just stick your little logo or stick a name up, you know, create a little picture. You can do it in Publisher. Just keep it as a little image, and you can upload things like that. This is a welcome page. That's in appearance. Now, I was kind of really intrigued because I'd seen this welcome area on other people's, but in the kind of normal, when you start off on MemberVault, it doesn't automatically give you that. So you have to go to this thing called appearance down this left bar and go to welcome area. And that allows you to personalize that welcome area. Now, remember that picture of me, it is quite static. Well, I've got like videos that I could put in this area instead, welcome media. You've got like a choice of having none, an image and video. Don't do none, always do an image or video. If it's an image, make it of you. There's no point having it of something else, really. I know people do, and yeah, it's your choice, but this is what I would do. Video, it doesn't host the video within here, so you would have to host a video externally. So things like Loom are used quite a lot by MemberVault members. YouTube, dead easy to upload something and you can keep it private and just create a link. That's really easy to do. And if you have a website and you've got a media area, you could actually host your video in that and just bring this like a link in here. So if I choose video, hopefully it will just bring up welcome video embed code Zoom. And that's something I've done before. So it's already set in there, but for now I'll do image and that should bring that back up. So show welcome area, yes, absolutely show welcome area. They sort of introduced that for everybody this year, but you have to actually tick yes, okay? And then there's a guide that you can get for this. One of the issues is I think there's information overload. So all I'm showing you today is a really sort of basic setup. If you want to know more, it's really easy to go and find loads on their own website. And also you can just kind of Google it and it'll bring up YouTube guides. Everywhere around here there's help. The Facebook group is free. And it's about 4,000 members. Obviously not all of them are active, but you know, you ask something, somebody's going to help you with that. So welcome text, this is quite interesting because I kind of, you know, obviously talk for England and I can write for England as well, but I'm actually a really keen editor. I'm actually an award-winning editor, darling. So I'm quite interested in making sure the words work for you. However, it doesn't have to be perfect. What I did was I just played with it a little bit because when you have this previewed within the admin bit, and I'll show you how to do that. You can go down to preview account here. It doesn't show you the full stretch here. So the thing I would suggest is if you are sort of editing it, then go over to the view as a client, because what I would recommend is trying to balance this bit of text here in length with your picture, with your image. So you can personalize your buttons. So that's Launch and Learn Academy there. Can you see these little codes here? Those are the colors. And can you see how it's actually brought up the specific color? So again, it's just, I've branded it that way because I wanted the blue, and the yellow is just a contrasting color that I found somewhere. It wasn't anything particularly my brand, just so you know, but just play with it, just do it, just get it out there. So yes, check me out. And then secondary button, it was a URL, and that I've taken to my website here. You can do what you want with it. You could set it to a different place within here if you wanted. It might be to sign up for some free stuff, because that's quite good. It doesn't have to be your main sort of standout product. It doesn't have to be your website there. Just you choose. Now, as a client, I can choose to get rid of that once I've seen it. So that is the only thing that's gone now. But imagine that was a website and that was actually your About Me page or your home page. And what would happen is your client would click over to something else. Here, they don't have to. So here they come down, and this is available products. So these are things I've put on there. These, I have worked out what I want these to look like. As you can see, they're all very similar. Canva, I've set one up on Canva. I then copy it and change things on it, like an image or the words, but I keep the font the same. And then that's reflected up here as well, because that's nice to have. It doesn't matter if you do something completely different, but what I would suggest is you try and make sure your image sizes are the same, because they do look really nice. On mobile, don't forget though, it's very vertical is on a mobile view, so it's not going to get tinier. These are reactive, so this would perhaps be the top one, that would be the next one down. So they're only in ones, so don't get too hung up on the fact that there's 3 there, and that's a bit lower. It really doesn't matter. So yeah, right down here I've got my little ebook, which I'll come back to in a moment, but this is just what I want to show you, that there's an element of websitery about it. And so everybody kind of thinks of MemberVault as being either membership or as being courses, okay? Well, I don't have anything that is membership. Launch and Learn Academy is a one-off payment or 6 months split payment, but it's not a membership. Small Business Marketing Hub, that's free forever, and that will host different little bits and pieces that now, and those will get added to it. And again, I'm going to come back to that. One-to-one coaching programs, well, that's clearly not a membership. And what I do is actually link that to the programs I've got listed on my website. So what we're doing here is, can you see how this is now building up into, okay, so I've got something I'm launching now, and that's going to be hosted partly on here, partly on Facebook. Got this freebie thing. So what's that about? We'll come back to that. And then I've got some actual kind of Pucker programs here. So can you just get the picture? This is actually like a sales page. This Launch Online Today ebook, I actually posted this ebook elsewhere, and it's been a bit of a faff, if I'm totally honest. I could have it on my website, but it's never suited me to do it because I wanted it to have its own URL. Now, yes, on my website, I could point a URL to it, but I really like the idea of having it on here, so I just bunged it on here. Okay, so bung it, put it on here, Yorkshire word for put it on here. So just as a little example, they call this setup binge and buy. Now, there's lots of reasons why it's called binge and buy, and one reason is because you can actually create something that Mike and Erin call gamification, which is to include something called effort points. If you set up certain criteria for your clients to earn points for doing things within your sales page, if you like. Now, that's quite advanced. You don't need to worry about that now. There is even a button that you can tick whether you want to include a leaderboard and effort points. And I've just said no at the moment. But suffice to say that this can be used really, really well as a sales funnel. And it does need a bit more advanced knowledge. I haven't got all of that knowledge at the moment. I know how it works at this level really well, and I've been doing this 2 weeks. I've already taken hundreds of pounds through this. Okay, that's how brilliant it is. And my favourite thing wasn't hundreds of pounds. It was this bit here. It was my book, and that's what I want to just move on to tell you about. Small Business Marketing Hub, what they suggest is that you have a little hub of freebies. Now, what I've ended up doing is this has its own URL. So just keep an eye on the URL, and I will have a little press on it and see what happens. Okay, so you've seen how that's changed now. So that's clicked through to Small Business Marketing Hub, free to join. And so you've got this like little sales page here. So let's just go back again. Let's just see how that looks like, what that looks like. So here, this is a little teaser content here. So it's resources to help yourself and your business and still be you. Sign up for free to join my world, or take a look at the learn more button if you want to, well, learn more, okay? So sign up for free, what happens? Let's just press that. Oh, we're going through to that. That's interesting. And now we've got this sign up little form here. If you already own this product, sign in here, personal information. Now that's come up as admin because obviously I'm viewing it and it's my page. That won't come up for you. I agree to terms of policy and privacy terms of service and privacy policy, key legal stuff for more info. I've actually set something up on my website, so it clicks through to that. There's nothing onerous in it. It's just things like GDPR, because you will keep a record of people who signed up. Because, as if by magic, I'm going to take you through to the products here now. As if by magic, there is a way of linking your mail system. So that, for me, is MailChimp. But for me, you know, MailChimp is another free asset that I use, another free app. You might want to use things like ActiveCampaign, but I would suggest that you use something. And MailChimp list, small business marketing coach. Now, MailChimp is a whole other, bit of demo that I might be able to do for you. But this is sort of an easy way of just keeping details of who is actually signing up, and I can then email them for one. There's all sorts of ways of keeping track of who is looking at these things, and also being able to actually get in touch with them later. But again, I'm not going to go into that at the moment. So where was I going with the sign-on? Well, I'll come back to this. So what is a free to join kind of hub? It's a lead page, effectively. So now we've got their details. They are now able to access these 4 modules, launch it now, free online training course for solo service business owners. For those who are in my world, that is my free group that I do every so often, 5-day challenge group. So that's a way of actually signing up from that. And all that is a link to my website for the sign-up sheet. It doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be you. That's a free download, which is really nice to put here. Before that, it was behind another lead page, but that's kind of here now. Free remote work tools. Again, that was another one that was behind another lead page, but that's a download based on my ebook. And then a link to Works Canteen, which is a free forever Facebook group. Now, if you actually thought about it, you've probably got yourself 2 or 3 things that you could really quickly set up. So even if you had nothing else to put on your own MemberVault site, no courses or anything, you could set yourself up your own little hub. And it's free to join, because this is a way of getting people into your world. If you can update this, you can add more things, you can tell the people that have signed up that you put new things in there. And obviously, if you've got their email through your MailChimp account, then you can really easily do that. And what I haven't discovered yet is if you actually put a new module in here, if it automatically tells people that you've done it, but I can't imagine that it is quite as clever as that. So that's something I need to look into properly. Now, why am I so keen on this and the freebie? Because it's something I have now added to my Facebook timeline freebie. So if that's sign up for a freebie. It's also going to go on my other social media, probably not LinkedIn though, because it's a way of encouraging people. If you're talking, if you've got lots of Facebook friends, if you're actively managing that as part of your campaign to increase your Facebook profile, people are going to be looking at your profile. And if you've got a freebie sign up, it's actually a way of getting people into your world, totally non-sleazy, totally non-salesy. But it's dead easy for me to actually do a bit.ly, bit.ly little short code. So at the moment, this is under bit.ly/free hub. So again, another way of having a free URL that's really easy to add to things like tweets, or other sorts of information. You need to have social media, have it in emails, have it everywhere. So I was on a networking the other day with a fantastic lady. We were just generally chatting, and I'd already put the link to my free hub, And her and I were in a bit of a one-to-one in a breakout room. Then we came back in, and we were just generally having a chat, but we came back in. You know how breakout rooms at the time, suddenly sort of mid-sentence, and I just kind of thought to myself, oh, I must reach out to her, and I kind of did later. However, in between, somebody had actually bought my book. And I found out that it was this really fabulous lady who'd actually been and obviously had a look here. And while she was having a look here, she'd then gone to my marketplace and had a look round. And she'd found my book languishing right at the bottom here, because I don't promote it. I even know that she hadn't been able to find it anywhere else, because you can only find it here. This is the only place that it's listed. And she bought it, and she's been absolutely thrilled and delighted with it. Now, that's one book, I know, but that's a book that isn't being promoted. That's probably about the third time I'd given anybody the link to this. They've signed this up for this, and they've bought a book. Now, that's only a tiny little bit of a kind of moderate win, but it's just to explain to you that this is the very, very base of this whole system. Now, imagine you can have all sorts of lead magnets in this site. You can even hide products as well. So what I've done is for a special group that I'm in, it was would it help if I gave a 101 on ICA? I don't call it an ICA, which is Ideal Client Avatar, as most of you know. I call it Perfect Person Profile. So I took some information I'd already got out there, some pre-work that I'd done for my 5-day launch it now freebie. And what I've done is I've called it Planet Monday Special ICA 101. Here's day 2 of my challenge week video. Okay, I'm going to keep it just kind of secret because that was something just for them. But as you can see, products that are invisible have no sign-up option, can be manually given, or the direct teaser link can be shared. So this is where you get links. So here we go. Can you see these are product links here? So I'm going to get rid of those so you can't see them now. Ha ha ha. It doesn't matter if you want to go and have a look at it. If you find it, you have a look at it, and you want to look at it, it's not a problem at all. And the guys there won't mind at all. It's not a paid for product. I am going to be putting the videos from my 5-day challenge on here with the worksheets, with some bonus videos, and adding in a short one-to-one with me. It's not the same as my free week. I will put a small charge on that as a bundle, but literally I started setting this up the other day to do it, and it's taken me minutes to set any of these things up. So for instance, even if I show you the Launch and Learn Academy, just to show you how easy it is to set it up, I've literally put all my module titles here, and I won't go into each one of them, but each one of them then has lessons within it. I put it as active, I put it as date drip on there. Here we have a description, that's the bit that you see on that front page over here. Okay, there's a welcome message, I'm so pleased you're here. There's also a teaser message, which has disappeared. Where are a teaser message? Here we go. Right, let's go and find out where you are. Scroll. It's not there, so should we go and find that? Scroll to buy now if you're in. So this is your sales page. So call teaser sales. Okay, so you can put whatever you want in there. On the right hand side, you can see there's a module that you can actually view, and then there's locked modules. And if you remember up here, active date drip modules released on specific days, or you can do regular, no time or order forced. So that means that's all there for when somebody buys a mini course off you, for instance, small course, bonus, progressive modules, time drips, X days from sign up. Now, that could be really, really good if you can even offer something free and have it X days from sign up. You know, it can act almost like a little challenge. So I could create that little bonus course I was talking to you about, and I could actually do a date drip X days from sign up. So for instance, if they signed up on the middle of the week, first day, they'd get day 1, second day, day 2, third day, day 3. And in fact, now I've said it out loud, I shall do it like that. I don't want to go into too many details, but obviously here where it says preferred size, that's in pixels. So once you know what their preferred size is, and you just work that out on Canva or on a publisher, which is down here, or whatever your own creative people will do for you, it's really easy to upload that. Really easy. And in fact, if you've used anything like MailChimp, it's quite similar to MailChimp. MailChimp is a bit prettier to put it together as you go along, a bit more sort of, I don't know, natural to do. This is a little bit different, but it's just so easy. Adding modules, it's really easy. I'll just go into I'll go into one of these because I haven't populated these very fully yet, so I'm not giving any of my trade secrets away at the moment. The reason I've set this up like this is because I do not want to pre-write the course, because I want to create it with the people in the group. How can you possibly know what people are going to need before you've met them? This is what this whole system is really aimed to do. You can sell direct out of here. People can discover you when they go inside MemberVault. There's all sorts of ways they can do that. However, it's your marketing activity which is going to lead them here. You can be putting information like I have here, very sort of top level. You can be populating it once you know you have your audience and once you know your people who want to do this. You know, you might actually do a co-creator's price or a beta or a beta price. That's what I've done here. It's a blooming good price for this lifetime ownership, if you like, of the course and membership of the group. So down here, big button, buy now. And again, you can put what you want there, but that takes you through to how to pay, credit card. I agree to the terms of service again. Here we've got the payment options. There's a coupon code, so when people have worked with me before, they will get a coupon code. If it's done on a month rollout, then that is basically a sixth of that price, because it's done £66, then the same for 5 months. You can actually do memberships on here. You can make this free, as you saw before when you signed up for the hub. Can you kind of see how flexible this actually is? So yeah, going back to the idea of actually pre-selling a course, it's a really big part of what the guys at MemberVault want you to think about doing. They want you to have that in mind when you're setting your courses up. So often I see people, you know, wanting to make things perfect, and this is it. Whoever works with me will, or whoever's been in my world will know I say it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be you. And I think this is perfect imperfect with MemberVault. What I've just shown you there is so easy to set up. So just recap: setting up your appearance with your welcome page, branding, that was that bit of yellow and blue, announcement bar, that was yellow bit at the top, footer, I'll go back and show you what that is. That's almost like the things that you would have on a website. So you can add all your socials, really easy, and all of the things that you might want people to perhaps link through to. And these don't have to be on your website. This can be anything, that can be anywhere. So it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be you. Can you imagine signing up for MemberVault? By this afternoon, you could have this set up, maybe not beautiful, but just good enough. You could set yourself up. Please don't call it Small Business Marketing Hub, or I will come and give you a Paddington hard stare. But you can set up a hub or a freebies or a sign up, or whatever you want to do. But in the online world, you have to find reasons for people to find you, and this is a really good thing to have and a good thing to make you think. Now, that's a very high level run through. I've covered off using things like using this as a web page, using it as a lead generator, using it to host groups and courses. We've talked about membership. We've talked about things like your programs, and we've also said about how you can do a product. I've also taught you about the fact that once people are sort of signing up for this bit, it isn't just that they're looking at. They're looking at everything while they're in here. And sales can be made straight from this platform. So if you'd like to have a go at this, please sign up via my referral link. I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. If you get stuck with anything, I'm probably not your expert at this, but you can certainly reach out to me, and I'd love to know what your questions are anyway, because it's going to help me, because this is going to form part of what I'm offering in Launch and Learn Academy. So just to give that a little tiny plug, one of the modules is, right at the end, free apps. So I will run through, I will do demos, and that probably will come in really early on in the modules. I'll probably release that really early on, because I'll be doing demos like this, or anything that my group asks for, because this is what it's going to be about. There's going to be all the modules I have put in here already. I will populate. I've already got the information for those, and then I'll add things to it. People who join Launch and Learn Academy will get all of that, plus if they want answers, we will discover those together, and then they will form part of this. Those initial co-creators as well will have an opportunity to become affiliates, to become people who can be resellers of my Launch and Learn Academy, and potentially come on board as ambassadors and moderators within my world further down the line. So it's quite exciting. The other thing is that if you were on my freebies, in the past 2 freebies, many of you have actually signed up to a one-to-one, and those who then subsequently sign up to Launch and Learn Academy get a free 1-hour coaching session with me online, and that will be done over Zoom. What I'm also saying is if you buy Launch and Learn Academy and then you refer a friend, until we get a little bit bigger and we get that affiliateship, and don't forget that is basically you get something fairly good for that. It won't necessarily be money, but it probably will be once we get going. But for now, because the price is so good, remember it was only £396, and it's basically lifetime access to any improvements as well that we have in this side of things, and to the group as it grows, and to the affiliate scheme. You know, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. There isn't a lot of money in it right now for me to give people money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add our one-to-ones. I charge £100 for an hour one-to-one, just under £100. So it's really valuable. And I'm quite reasonable in the coaching world, can I just add, for somebody with my experience. So, you know, to get an hour's coaching is really valuable. So if you join and then you subsequently maybe bring somebody else in as well, and they're obviously got to pay, which would be good, then you will get another hour if you've already earned a free hour by creating one-to-one already with me. That one-to-one is like a discovery call. If unfortunately you haven't done that, you won't get that free discovery call. But if you are a previous client, a paying client, please get in touch, because there is that coupon code for you. So thanks for listening. I really appreciate your time on here. That's just leaving some time for some questions. I'm probably just going to leave this running for a few minutes and just sort of run through some of the bits and pieces on here again for you. But if anybody has any questions, please let me have them. And also, I was going to go on to say I'm not the expert, but what I have found is that the YouTube videos that they have, they help guys on their own website. They also do podcasts. It's really, really whatever you want to get out of MemberVault, you will get out of it. And then the free Facebook group that they offer, again, is really useful. The biggest, how can I put it? The biggest, what do they say? It's a compliment to get copied. It is and it isn't. So I've had a look round MemberVault to see that people have done this welcome, and I then discovered how to do this welcome page. If I'd have then done this welcome page exactly like somebody else's welcome page, I would have looked like a complete idiot. I won't be rude, very tempted. I would look like a complete idiot. So I'm not encouraging you to copy anybody's, but I would say if you can go and have a look round MemberVault, that might help you to get some ideas. And one of the blogs that they've done is their top, I think there was a top 100 suggested ones to look at. Excuse me, just a little drink there. So there are lots of links around for you to actually have a look at this. I would be delighted to answer any questions if I can. If I can't, I perhaps can find somebody that can answer that for you anyway. But I think that will probably close that for today. And thank you so much for watching with me. I'm sorry that I've not ended up doing this live, but I think because my power has been out, I decided if I just can upload this, then it gives us a little view later. So I will just come off there now. You're going to see me again. It is nearly midnight at my house, and I have been up a long time. So yeah, I'm a bit kind of croaky and a bit kind of windswept today. But forgive me for that, because as I always say, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be you. So thank you very much for your attention. And if there are any questions at all, or if I come up with any more ideas following this, I'll pop them in the comments below. And as I say, have a quick look at the post itself for the links that you need that we've discussed in here. So thanks so much, and see you in the group.